Long ago, in the mighty Persian Empire, ruled a powerful king named Ahasuerus. His kingdom stretched far and wide, from India to Ethiopia. In the heart of this empire lay the grand palace of Susa, a place of splendor, intrigue, and an unfolding story that would change the fate of a people. King Ahasuerus loved to showcase his wealth. For 180 days he hosted a grand celebration, inviting nobles and officials. On the final day, fueled by wine and pride, the king commanded his queen, Vashti, to appear before the guests to display her beauty. But Vashti refused. She defied the king's command, an act unthinkable in a world where the king's word was law. Furious, Ahasuerus consulted his advisors, who decreed that Vashti be banished to prevent women across the empire from following her example. And so the throne stood empty, and the search for a new queen began. In Susa lived a young Jewish woman named Hadassah, known as Esther. She was raised by her uncle Mordecai after losing her parents. Esther was kind, wise, and beautiful. Her qualities caught the attention of the royal scouts during their search for a new queen. Mordecai urged Esther to keep her Jewish heritage a secret as she entered the palace. There, she found herself among many young women, all vying for the king's favor. One day, Mordecai uncovered a plot to assassinate the king. He alerted Esther, who informed Ahasuerus, crediting Mordecai. The conspirators were executed, and Mordecai's loyalty was recorded in the royal chronicles. Meanwhile, the king's advisor, Haman, rose to power. Haman demanded everyone bow before him, but Mordecai refused, declaring that he would bow only to God. Enraged, Haman devised a plan not just to punish Mordecai but to annihilate all Jews in the empire. He convinced the king to issue a decree, sealing the fate of Mordecai's people. When Mordecai learned of the decree, he mourned publicly and sent a message to Esther, urging her to plead with the king for their lives. But approaching the king without an invitation could mean death. Esther wrestled with her fears but finally resolved to act. "If I perish, she declared. She asked Mordecai and the Jewish people to fast and pray for 3 days. On the 3rd day, Esther approached the king. To her relief, Ahasuerus extended his golden scepter, sparing her life. She invited the king and Haman to a banquet, where she planned to reveal her P.L.E.A. At the banquet, the king, enchanted by Esther, asked what she desired. Esther begged for her life and revealed Haman's plot to destroy her people. Furious, Ahasuerus stormed out. Haman, realizing his doom, begged Esther for mercy. But the king returned to find Haman groveling at Esther's feet and interpreted it as an assault. The king ordered Haman to be executed on the very gallows he had prepared for Mordecai. With Haman gone, Mordecai rose to prominence. Esther pleaded again with the king to revoke the decree against the Jews. Though the law could not be undone, the king allowed the Jews to defend themselves. On the appointed day, the Jews triumphed, and the threat was averted. To commemorate their deliverance, they established the Feast of Purim, a celebration of courage, faith, and divine providence. Esther's bravely saved her people, and her story reminds us that even in the darkest times, one person's courage can light the way for many. And so, the tale of Esther echoes through the ages, a timeless testament to faith, courage, and the unseen hand of destiny. The end.